is NBC 10 News Today.
All eyes on the Gulf Coast and beyond. Louisiana now under a state of emergency. How bad is it expected to get? We have got the latest and up-to-date information.
And a chilling discovery in front of a Circle K. Details on the shooting that claimed one man's life and landed the other in a jail cell.
Plus, renovating some roads in Ruston. We have the lowdown on the streets, seeing changes and improvements in Lincoln Parish. Good morning, folks. Time now 6:31. Thank you for waking up with us right here on NBC 10. How's everyone doing today?
Pretty good. We're
really good so far.
We've got one person has sent us in their pets. Are you guys? It's 6:30 now. They're awake now.
Oh, yeah.
Please send us your pet pictures. We want to put them on the news for National Pet Photo Day.
That's
I know.
right.
Yes.
Let's check out these cute ones. Boots and Schnookums.
Yes, Miss Sharon Prescott Rogers sent us in. This is Boots from Fountain Hill, Arkansas, and Schnookums of North Crosset. Schnookums, a donkey, yes?
I think so.
Very cool. Very cool. I was just saying how awesome.
Either
that
way,
would've been
very,
to
very
have
cute.
A pet, a donkey for a pet. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, my aunt has one. His name's Carlos.
Carlos
Yeah.
and Schnookums. Maybe they should meet.
But folks watching right now, send us in your pet pictures. We'll get them in the news later on in the show. But Lexi, weather-wise, we know we got a big storm system headed this way. What should we expect?
We sure do, and of course, we're already beginning to see an influx of Gulf moisture heading our way. So when we look at your day planner, we will warm up to about 86 degrees by 10 a.m. and quickly warm up into the 90s. Now, again, it won't be as hot as it was the last couple of days, but of course, with that convectivity in our atmosphere and the cold front on the way, it could produce some isolated showers and thunderstorms by later on this afternoon. But right now, taking a look outside, it's unfortunate it won't stay this way throughout the rest of our day. Just seeing a little bit of light cloud cover and plenty of sunshine to start off your Thursday morning. That's your forecast first.
Thank you, Lexi. A fast-moving storm system dropped inches of rain on New Orleans in just a few hours yesterday. The rain turning the streets of the Big Easy into instant streams.
And ultimately bringing the city to a near standstill. NBC's Dan Shenneman reports more severe weather could hit the region this weekend.
Waterspouts and flash floods in New Orleans. Nearly 10 inches of rain fell on some areas in just 2 hours.
It's just unbelievable. I just want to get across the street to the Marriott and can't. I have no idea how I'm going to get across the street.
Canal Street turned into a canal. The city under a state of emergency.
We're just completely stranded here. I mean, we came down and this happened all within a matter of hours, and now no one can get anywhere. They've shut down all public transportation. There's just disabled cars all over the road. It's like a hurricane.
And more rain could arrive soon. A possible tropical storm and perhaps a hurricane now forming in the Gulf of Mexico.
And we're talking about as much as 10 to 15 inches of rain over a 24-hour period.
Winds and heavy rains could soak the coast from Louisiana to East Texas. Officials have urged anyone in the path of the storm to be ready.
The power is going to be out. We could have damage to dwellings. So you need to think about the aftermath on these things as well.
The storm is expected to make landfall this weekend. Dan Shenneman, NBC News.
West Monroe will be taking in evacuees from Plaquemine Parish. Voluntary evacuations began late yesterday afternoon. They'll be mandatory today. Evacuees will be housed at the Wreck at 7th Square on North 7th Street. They're expected to start arriving sometime today. The Wreck is closed to the public until further notice. It's estimated around 250 evacuees might seek shelter here in West Monroe.
Moving now to a crime alert. A man is accused of killing a man at a Monroe gas station, and police did not have to look far to find him or the alleged weapon. It happened just before 1 yesterday morning at the Circle K at Louisville and North 3rd. They found two men sitting in a black pickup. 22-year-old Joseph Morris dead in the driver's seat, a bullet in his head. 22-year-old Samuel Caleb Parker next to him. Officers say he was sitting on a Taurus 9mm pistol. Witnesses say he was holding it at the time of the shooting. Parker charged with second-degree murder, jailed so far without bond. Police have not revealed a possible motive yet. And across the bridge, a West Monroe mother and father have been arrested after police say their son watched them smoking meth. Alicia neighbors told investigators she and Larry Moore had smoked meth earlier in the day. Their 7-year-old said he watched them do the drugs. Neighbors told deputies Moore chased her down the street while dragging their 2-year-old and 6-year-old children by their arms. Both charged with using drugs around minors. Moore is also charged with 2 counts of cruelty to juveniles.
Well, rush hours aren't the only times traffic gets tricky in Ruston, but the orange cones are going up in just a couple of weeks. The projects include a connector between Celebrity Drive and the I-20 North Service Road and a traffic light where Celebrity Drive meets Farmerville Highway.
That's been a huge problem with traffic backing up, people trying to turn left on Highway 33. With this new traffic light, that alleviates that issue.
Ruston also has been working on the Tar Button interchange on the west side, a project underway for 4 years but planned for the last quarter century. It's expected to be finished in January.
With the start of the school year creeping up on us, many kids might be feeling anxious about certain subjects, but a Louisiana-based website can help not only them, but parents as well. Homework Louisiana is a website that was developed by the state library. It has partnered with libraries all across all parishes in the state. Sunday through Thursday, live tutors are available to help walk students through homework, break down a specific subject, and even prepare you for any test.
Sometimes you look at your kids' homework and you're like, what is this? I don't understand. That's okay. We have these tutors that are available that are experts in their field, and they're there to help your child succeed.
All tutors have a master's degree or higher. You also do not have to make an appointment to get help from a tutor. All you need is a Louisiana library card and a computer.
Hey, don't forget, every weeknight on NBC 10 at 10, you have a chance to win free gas. The prize is a $50 gas card brought to you by the Jim Taylor dealerships. If your name is called, you have by the end of the newscast to claim your prize. You can register at one of the Jim Taylor dealerships or go to miraculous.com and click on the contest tab.
Now, your local weather.
Well, again, this is our current setup. That low-pressure system sitting out in the Gulf, expected to become a depression by later on this morning or even into the afternoon, and a tropical storm possibly by the end of the day. And, of course, with this low-pressure system, it is bringing in an influx of moisture to our region, which is why we're going to see scattered showers and thunderstorms at an increased chance for today. We do have those chances at 30%, temperatures topping at about 94 degrees with winds out of the northeast. As for tonight, a few leftover lingering showers will affect us, but should move out of our region quickly. But it will be a bit warm and muggy. We'll see temperatures at 76 degrees with winds a little bit lighter out of the northeast.
Thank you, Lexi. Still to come on NBC 10 News today, Dr. Gray here answering all of your health and weight loss questions.
That's coming.